Black Supremacy. This is Palmetto Star, the Ratchet Revolutionary. And today on Meditation with the Master, we're going to break yet another generational curse for Black History Month. Black Supremacy Month. I liked how that was coined. I like that. But we're going to break another generational curse. And today we are breaking the curse of death. There is no death. You know, we just keep going and going. Energy never dies, truly. But, however, fear and the fear of death is a promotional tool to enhance the different trades of capitalism, pharmaceutical company, the different industries that profit from people not wanting to die, you know what I'm saying, and trying to stay alive as long as possible when death is so necessary. To die is important. We shouldn't be fearing death. We should be wanting the death of our ego, the death of different parts of ourselves, the death of the fake self, the death of false perception, the death of inconclusive thought. We should be in want for those deaths of ourselves. In fact, it is not till you die and that you can actually come back anew and come back for real, you know? So that's what it's about. It's about breaking free from that. And I'd like to give a shout out to Reb Star, because she actually inspired this particular morning meditation with the Master. And but we had to realize what we're actually afraid of, because the fear of death is just ultimately an adult version of the fear of darkness. Let me say that again. The fear of death is ultimately an adult version of a child's fear of darkness. Darkness is nothing to be feared. You know, darkness is something that we can ultimately create, and it's the ultimate blank canvas for creation. You know, people talk about their love and light and all that stuff. Like, no, darkness is the thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? Darkness is the thing that matters, because that is a blank canvas for you to create on. And death is nothing but is nothing but a glorified fear of darkness. You know what I'm saying? You fear something that you can't see through. But once you embrace an immortal path such as Black Supremacy, once you embrace Black Supremacy, you realize that there is no death. You realize that this thing keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? It's about the road that you choose to walk. You know, do you choose to walk on that road to a greater self? You know? So death is nothing to fear. There is no death, you know. Absolutely no death. So you gotta break out of that paradigm of being scared to death. You know, literally scared to death, scared to die. So just breaking free of being fearful of that reality is critical, you know what I'm saying? So you guys get 3 steps to end racism right now. It is absolutely free on the bio. The link is in my bio, so you can get with it. Hit me up for a hard copy of 3 steps to end racism right now. And it's about conquering that fear. You know, that fear of death is completely irrational. It's just the fear of the unknown, you know. And like I was saying, being afraid to die is basically just like a grown-up version of the fear of darkness, you know. So, and they profit from your fear of dying. The pharmaceutical industry profits from your fear of dying. These different industries, health, even the health stores and all that stuff like that, they profit from your fear of dying. And it's a completely irrational fear that we have been conditioned into believing is real. You know, there is no death. There is no death. Energy never dies. So how can you be afraid of that? You're just afraid to live if you're afraid to die, honestly. And being able to juxtapose death and life and positive and negative and all of that, that's the key to immortality. So, you know, being able to go through that and to be able to handle paradox. And I'm gonna talk. I want to talk about paradox on soon, later on this month, about that. But being able to handle paradox that is seemingly you know, counter each other. You know what I'm saying, like death and life, and being able to handle that is the key to immortality. You know what I'm saying? Because the gods, they always handle their opposites, their counters. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like you're able to the gods had the lotus flower, and they had the sword. You know, representing peace and representing war. You know, so their ability to handle the paradox of those two is key to immortality and key to knowing that death is nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear in death, you know. And the more awakened you are, the more you want the death of certain aspects of yourself. So kill yourself and renew, come back anew as the Black Supreme Being that you are. You gotta download 3 Steps to End Racism right now. Get the hard copy. Hit me on the inbox. Next week we're gonna be going very hard. I'm gonna talk to everybody. That means I'm talking to you too about this, because this book is so important. It's so important that that people really read this and understand that and get the concepts of what's happening. So let's realize what's going on and be vigilant, be aware. Black supremacy.